Declarations and initialization. Declaration and initialization. So what is declaration and what is initialization? But before this, you should have idea about data types, variables, all the basics which are necessary to declare and initialize variables. So for that, you should have idea about variables. You should have idea about constants, and you should have idea about data types. So if you don't have idea about this, please go to my previous videos and you can find the order of videos here. Just go through these links. This will help you to understand about variables, constants, data types, and then JDK installation, simple program structure. Up to this, it's sufficient. I hope please go through this. Now, I'm going to explain about declaration and initialization. What is that? Let me talk about this. Declaration. It's about declaring a variable. How do you declare a variable? It's very simple. You should follow the syntax. The syntax for declaring any variable is data type space variable name. What is that? Data type space variable name semicolon. So this is for declaring a single variable. Suppose you can ask me, I want to declare multiple variables. Then how do I declare that? For that you can use syntax like this also. Data type space variable name 1 comma variable name 2 comma dot semicolon. So this helps you to understand to declare multiple variables. And the first one helps you to understand how to declare one variable. Depends on requirement, you can declare one variable or multiple variables. I hope this is clear. So that's it, my dear friends. Now, for example, we have so many data types. In the previous videos, I have clearly discussed different data types. In Java, altogether, we have 8 data types. The way we declare any variable is same. Maybe integer, maybe decimal, maybe character, maybe string. Any variable, the syntax is same. So let us see this now. How to declare? Let me just show you one thing. I'll show one example. Maybe I'll give some requirement after this. You work on that. Anyhow, I provide my solutions, but you stop the video for a while. Then try to work on my questions and again come back to the video and again just see whether you are doing correct or not. If any corrections are there, please correct it and do the process again one more time. Trust me, believe me, you get very good results if you follow this process. So you have 8 data types. Obviously, it is char, it is byte, it is short, it is int, it is long, it is float, it is double, it is boolean, and finally it is a string. In this way, you have 9 data types. I'm sorry, it's not 8. Altogether, you have 9 data types. Among these 9, 8 are keywords. Keywords. If you don't understand my pronunciation, 8 are, all these 8 are keywords. Keywords. 8 are keywords. The first 8 are keywords. Predefined words. And this is not a keyword, it is a class. Of course, we use this like a data type. Everything is a data type, of course. Even class is also a data type, but we'll talk about it a little later. But even string is a data type. I hope this is clear. Even string is a data type, but it's not a keyword, but it's a class. What is that? It's a class. Maybe you can ask me a question. What is a class, Mr. Manohar? Yes, it's good question. But just wait for some time. I'll talk about OOP. I think I had uploaded videos on object-oriented programming. You just go through that OOP, then you understand better about class. So that's it. Now, this is idea about data types. Now, coming back to the declaration. Now I have given idea about data types now. And if you want a detailed idea, just go back to the videos, just watch that. Now coming back to this. Example, what is this? Suppose I want a character variable. How do I declare? Any variable, just follow the syntax, my dear friends. It's just data type space variable name, that's all. If you have multiple variables, data type space variable 1, variable 2, that's all. It's very simple. You don't have any difficulty in that. Do you understand? So here, for example, let me just show you how to declare character variable, char ch. Then when you declare a character variable, you know you should initialize a character value. And that to a single character constant here. Because one variable can hold only one character. One variable can hold only one character, that's all. And you should initialize single character. I see that sometimes student doing wrong here. Single character means single letter or single character in single quotes. Not more than that, not less than that. If you exceed that, you get compilation error. So make sure this is very clear to you. Now anyhow, in one video, I'll discuss about the common mistakes which generally the beginners will do so that you get perfect idea about all this. But anyhow, char ch, that is the example here. This is declaration. And then what you have to do? That is step one. I think I had implemented, I had divided this into two parts, declaration and initialization. Declaration is just nothing but declaring a variable that is data type space variable. Many people, trust me, many people don't have this clarity. But I want you to be clear now at least. I hope this is clear. So, next one. Another one, initialization. Initialization. What do you mean by initialization? Once after you declare a variable, we should initialize that. Declaring a variable is like trying to get one cup. Suppose you want to drink some tea. The first thing you look here is for a cup. A variable is like a cup. Generally in a tea cup, you put some tea or coffee or boost. But similarly inside a variable, what should we do now? We should put some value. What value? We cannot put whatever you want. It depends on the data type. If it is char, put a char value. If the variable is int, put an integer value. If the variable is float, put a decimal value. If the variable is string, put a string value. I hope this is clear to all of you, my dear friends. So make sure you are very clear with this. So here, it's char. Initialize a character value. How do we initialize that? It's very simple. Ch equal to in single quotes a semicolon. That's it. It's done. You can initialize any character. Any character. You don't have any restriction. But make sure it's only single character, single quotes. Not more than that. Don't forget that. Do you understand? So that's it, my dear friends. I hope now I had shown one example. Now I will ask you a few questions. You do the same for remaining. Also, I had divided this into two steps because beginners, I see they struggle a lot while declaring and initializing variables. But I don't want this problem to be continued. So I had break down into two steps. Also, if you want, you can do this declaration and initialization in single step. How? It's very simple. You can do like this. Data, the other syntax 2 maybe, might be, is something like this. You can also declare like this. Data type space var name equal to value. If you want, you can initialize value here itself with variable itself. But I had just explained by splitting this into two steps for understanding it properly. But now it's not necessary because now you understood that. This is also possible. You can initialize a variable like this directly. It's left up to the user choice and requirement. I hope this is clear. This is the, maybe for example, you can initialize like this also. Char ch equal to in single quotes some x. Do you understand this? So that's it, my dear friends. This is idea about what is that, how to declare and initialize a variable. I'll ask quick questions. Just stop your video for a while and then start answering these questions. This is going to give you the best results. And I'm trying to be as interactive as possible with you. So my questions are very simple. Now take a pen and paper. Just start answering these questions. Now declare a byte variable and initialize it. And initialize it. Similarly, do the same for byte, short, int, long. Do it for all the remaining data types. I think you have still 8 data types. And do it for all the remaining. Do you understand that? So do it for remaining 8 data types. I hope this is clear to all of you, my dear friends. So that's it. So implement that. You just take 2 minutes pause on your video and start doing all this. Friends, I think you have done all the declarations and initializations for the 8 requirements. Now I'll just show you how to implement all the remaining. If it is byte, just declare a byte variable byte b and then initialize with an integer which must be within the range of byte, that is minus 128 to 127. If you have any questions on ranges, please go to that data type video and please just go through it once. And here initialize any integer, but it should be within the range of byte. Is it clear now? Similarly, suppose I want short. Just declare a short variable short s and then s equal to 20. Don't think that when I say byte b short s, you should have some matching here. It's not like that. You can declare a variable with any name. You don't have any restriction on that. It's not necessary. You can name with your choice. I'm just taking like that. That's it. So next one, similarly short. Int space I equal to 30. Similarly, maybe you can initialize directly also to b equal to 10. You can do that in single step also. Long space L equal to 50. This is also fine. Float space F equal to 10.5 F. Make sure you suffix a float literal with small f or capital F. So suffix means after value. Suffix a float literal with the small f of or capital F. Maybe you can ask me a question, why should I suffix this with f? Because by default a float literal is a decimal is of double type. I'll explain all this in next video while discussing the topic called type conversion. But as of now, just remember, make sure you initialize this with small f or capital F. This is very important. Otherwise, you get a compilation error. Of course, here either one, not both. Anything is valid. And there is a question here, obviously. I know that. Why? Because you have compatible issue. So I'll explain that in the topic called type conversion. Just wait for it. So that's it. As of now, excuse me. Just remember that. Next one. Double D equal to 10.5. Don't suffix anything for double. It's not necessary. Similarly, Boolean. So you should initialize a Boolean either with true or false. Don't try to initialize anything else and just put true here. That is another important point. Next one. String space s equal to in double quotes, of course. String is double quotes. Group of characters in double quotes is a string. You take monohar. That is string. Do you understand that? You take anything of your choice in double quotes. It's a string. You put any bullshit in double quotes. It's a string. I just told bullshit. It doesn't mean that you should